morning class. Today we are going to learn about unit number 3 part C, and in this part C we are going to learn about the professional ethics, entrepreneur possibilities in civil engineering, possibilities for creative and innovative working, technical writing skills enhancement, facilities management, quality and HSE systems in construction. So first we are going to learn about professional ethics, entrepreneurial possibilities in civil engineering. So it is the constant discipline in their profession, it is the morality in their work to improve in this without harming the society or the environment. It means that you have to take care of the rules, regulations, laws whenever you are dealing with the civil engineering projects. In that you should take utmost care that because of this site, society and each and everyone should be treated well, and there should not be any of the unethical things which should happen, and the working environment should not get disturbed. The professional should not use another human being to achieve his goals. You must be aware of the consequences that your work can bring to the community. Ethical factors to the civil engineer: respect for others and their rights, know how to communicate respectfully with staff, responsibility, commitment to the environment and culture, beware of social issues to help find a solution, solidarity, courtesy. So all these points are very important whenever you are dealing with any civil engineering project, or you are having your own office, you are entrepreneur, or you are doing a job. There should be the respect between you guys whenever you are working in any field such as civil engineering. Since it is a rough engineering area, civil engineers, they have to deal with the very sophisticated class also, and laymen also, such as workers. So you should be respectful while talking to the elderly, senior staff members, and that same respect you have to pay with the laymen also. You have to take care that they are not hurted, but the language differs. With laymen you have to talk in their language, and with senior faculties and others you have to talk in other way. Then responsibility should be there, then commitment to complete the project should be there with good and healthy environment, courtesy should be there. All these factors you have to take care while dealing with any civil engineers. The laws and ethics relationship, so it varies from legal to ethical. It should not be unethical and legal. So this is the flow chart. We take care of legal, ethical, illegal and unethical relationships. Professional values, yes, of course civil engineers has to deal with the professional values, which comprises of these important points: competence, informed consent, be aware of all risks due to the action, privacy and confidentiality, truth and honesty, human dignity, the quality of being worthy of esteem or respect. So this is most important points when you are dealing with professionalism. Code of ethics for engineers. Engineers, in the fulfillment of their professional duties, shall hold paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public, perform services only in areas of their competence, issue public statements only in an objective and truthful manner, Act for each employer or client as faithful agents or trustees. Avoid misleading acts. Conduct themselves honorably, responsibly, ethically, and lawfully so as to enhance the honor, reputation, and usefulness of the profession. So, this should be taken care when you are having professional. सबसे पहले you have to take care of the safety and health of all the public, whether they are working in the project or whether they are dealing with some other works. ठीक है, so all these things we have to take care. Misleading, avoid misleading means there are lot many workers, lot many people working in on the same projects, so some of them may mislead you guys while working, so you have to take care that what to believe and what not to believe. Ethical factors of civil engineer: knowledge about their work and commitment to continue learning. Civil engineering is always a learning language. Knowledge is most important, and in every stage, every age, civil engineer is always a learner, and they should have the knowledge about the work which they are dealing with and commitment that yes, I will do this work on time and with my whole responsibility. Recognize your duties and responsibilities. Do not steal the money destined for the work because it gives a low level of work, therefore could be penalized by theft, deterioration and destruction of the construction done. Stealing money means you are taking the money for the good quality and you are using the inferior quality of the material, then the material will have the distress, deterioration and deconstruction, so that should be avoided. And good behavior while dealing with each and every people and public working on the site or on the office work, your behavior should be good and calm. Next is possibility for creative and innovative working. Civil engineering brings about unprecedented developments that impact thousands of lives at one instance, yet at the same time it safeguards, alleviates even the smallest of the communities. So innovative technology and material construction, 3D printing, swarm construction, smart building, vertical cities, intelligent transport system, smart concrete, self-healing concrete and nanotechnology. All these points are very important while working as a civil engineer. You should be able to go for good materials and innovative techniques to your day-to-day life when you are dealing with civil engineering. Housing and infrastructure, domestic scenario. First is your housing demand and second is your infrastructure, which deals with roads, ports, airport, railway and power. Challenges before civil engineering fraternity is population growth, urbanization, energy use and global warming, water scarcity, waste management. So this is how you have to take care. All these are the big challenges. If the population is increased, urbanization has to be done, and the resource of energy is to be there, and if you are using maximum energy, then global warming is there. The growing population will have the water scarcity, so you have to manage that also, and if the population is growing, then waste management will be also very important. So remarks: the civil engineers in present and future period are expected to create a sustainable, environmental friendly and superior quality of life. They are expected to serve proficiently with positive teamwork, competence, collaboration and with great conscientiousness, scientiousness as master visionaries, planners, designers, constructors and drivers of society's infrastructure, economic and social engine. They should be emissary and steward of the balance in ecosystem, natural environment and its resources. So these are the important points we have to take care when we are dealing with civil engineering. So technical writing and skills enhancement. Dear students, this is the subject which you have to take care in civil engineering, because writing is most important. Writing and drawing, these are the two languages of civil engineering on the side, because whenever a structural engineer is drawing and writing some report, that is transferred to the site, and the site engineer looks forward it and the execution of the work take place. So that structural engineer is not coming on the site, but he is sending his drawings and reports. So that is the language which we have to deal with. So your technical writing should be most good. So engineers and writing. Engineers write a lot. Engineers write many kinds of documents. Successful engineers require strong writing skills. Engineers can learn to write well. So it states no one can be good writer, only a good rewriter. Of course, writing and writing again will improve yourself. So what is the motivation? Writing clearly and efficiently is essential to an engineer. So first point, engineers need to communicate results of their work in writing to peers, bosses and decision makers, such as report, proposal, quotations, request for quotations, research papers, etc. Whatever they want to express, they have to write it down in the forms given in the point. So next is, lives are often affected not only by the accuracy of an engineer's work, but also by clear and convincing presentation of his conclusions and recommendations. Next, if you are a decision maker, how would you take spelling grammar errors in an important civil engineering report? So you have to take care of all these points. This is the flow chart of the technical writing process. Kindly take a quick look. Planning compromises of purpose, readers research outlines, which is related to the initial draft, and reviewing means mechanics, grammar, style and contained, and all this together takes a drafting. So guidelines for a good English writing. Why you are writing, your readers, to the point, document specifications, accurate information, logical material, clear expression, efficient wording, accessible ideas, information list, page formatting and time management. So remark, writing skills are important for a successful career in engineering. Several criterion for good technical writing: simplicity and clarity. Writing skills span several levels from spelling to argumentation. Need to employ a writing process and allow adequate time. Typical structures for papers and reports. Guidelines for writing and style. Strategy for improvement. Get convinced and committed and start practicing. There is plenty of helpful resources around. So these points have to be taken care when a civil engineer has to deal with the technical writing and drawing projects. Facility management. Facility management is a profession that comprises multiple disciplines to ensure functionality of the built environment by integrating people, place, process and technology. International Facility Management Association. What is facility management? First is planning, second is designing, leasing, space planning, project management, capital management, construction management, property management. All these things are with respect to the facility management. Quality and HSE systems in construction. Safety is free from risk and danger. Accidents is defined as an unexpected and desirable event resulting in damage or harm. Hazards is an unsafe condition or activity that, if left uncontrolled, can contribute to an accident. Risk is the assessment of probability of loss and potential amount of loss. So whenever we are having HSC, then you have to take care of safety, accident, hazards and risk. So different types of hazards are chemical hazards. Chemicals can exist in the form of dust, fume, fibers, liquid, mist, gases, vapors. Some of them are given in the example: asbestos, lead, silica, etc. Next is your physical hazards are different types of energy which may be hazardous to work: noise, vibration, temperature extremes, and radiation. Biological hazards: exposure may occur during demolition, renovation, sewer work on air handling systems, or other construction work from contact with contaminated or disease carrying soil, water, insect, birds, animals, and structures. Ergonomic hazard can use or cause painful and disabling injuries. Still example: musculoskeletal disorders. The following situations may cause these injuries: heavy, frequent, or awkward lifting, repetitive tasks, awkward grips, postures, using excessive force, overexertion, using improperly maintained tools, hand and incentive work. Next is your personal protective clothing and equipment, which is known as PPE. Everyone aware of this PPE now doctors are using, but this PPE is different as you are in the construction area. Legal requirements: eye protection, respiratory protection, ear, face, head, hand, foot, body, and fall protection. So all these things you have to take care. This PPE kit is very different from the doctor's PPE kit. Reasons and benefits to improve health and safety in construction. Responsibility: economic reasons, impact of safety on overall performance, contractors' performance, control of accident causes. How to improve health and safety on construction sites? First is reactive measures. Accident recording and reporting. Accident investigations are the most important. Recording investigations are the two important parts. Next is proactive measures: health and safety policy, health and safety program plan, health and safety induction training, toolbox stock, and others. So all these things are to be there. So this was the unit number 3 completed, and we have already completed unit number 3 and the syllabus of basic of civil engineering. If you have any queries, you can always call me. Thank you so much.